Good morning, Kentucky. Time now is 6:47. Safe Passage is a nonprofit that helps combat child trafficking in Kentucky, focusing on those ages 10 to 19. Part of that work includes survivor-led mentorship.
For one woman, it's her personal mission to help others get the help they need and then heal. It's what makes her our ABC 36 hometown hero.
I grew up in a very dysfunctional family, a lot of alcoholism and abuse, to the point where I was molested by my uncle.
Jennifer Beagle was just 7 years old when her life forever changed.
I grew up in foster care. I grew up in the system. I had a teenage pregnancy and a child. I was married and divorced by the time I was 24 years old 2 times, which led me also into the streets where I was trafficked by a pimp for the next 8 years of my life.
Convicted of prostitution, possession of cocaine, auto theft. Beagle says it took meeting the right person to help her get out of the lifestyle.
My goal is if I can save you some of the trauma, even in adulthood, then I will spend myself for you to absolutely get the help that you need today.
It's why for the past 15 years, Beagle has worked to be that person for others through a survivor-led mentorship service with Safe Passage.
We do use trauma-informed and evidence-based approaches where we will take a child that is referred to us and we will become a friend and a mentor to that youth.
Whether that's taking them to a park and sharing her story to help those who've been down a similar road, Beagle explains the objective is
to be able to heal with some of the trauma that they've experienced through trafficking.
And unfortunately, Beagle says her story is all too common.
And it can always look different. I think the biggest thing that we see is mostly those who are at risk, and we see that through social media outlets. We see it through Romeo grooming, through schools.
With social media, Beagle says the calls have only increased.
If a child has a cell phone, it's happening in your very home, and it's happening without people even realizing it's happening.
All too often, the person on the other side of that screen isn't who they say they are.
If someone gets online and says, I'm a 14-year-old boy and you are a really pretty girl, a girl is going to respond to that every single time. But they're really a 40, 50-year-old person on the other side of that screen, just waiting for people to take the actual bait.
Her advice for parents?
Monitor your child's device, because traffickers are very patient. They're very willing to wait out that time period to try to convince a child that they are who they actually are not.
For victims, reach out.
Don't waste another day of your life living in that trauma. Don't waste another day of your life believing that you were the problem. I am asking you to please reach out.
Beagle says she'll be on the other end to help. If you know a hometown hero, submit a nomination on our website, WTVQ.com. In Lexington, Erica Bivens, ABC 36 News.
Her story,
wow.
It touches a lot of people. According to Beagle, Safe Passage needs support to keep up with the increase they've seen in child trafficking.
If you're interested in learning more, visit the website safepassageky.org. We've shared that link with you in this story at WTVQ.com.